Hi, I'm James Helms, Product Manager for FX Luminaire, part of Hunter Industries. Today we're going to go over how to change the LED board in an FX Luminaire LED fixture. Now it's really easy to do once you've seen somebody do it. Now the only thing that you're going to need for this is a screwdriver as well as a spudger. So let's get started. To start the process, remove whatever lens cap or shroud that's covering your FX fixture to expose the filters as well as the LED board. Start by taking off any filters that you have. On a stock setup, you have two filters that needs to come off, and they come off as one piece. Remove the two Phillips head screws, small size, that are on the actual LED board that hold down the reflector and the LED board itself. Now, when taking these screws on and off, you don't have to put too much force on them because they're only pressing the board down and they don't need to be held in too tight. Once you get the reflector off, you're left with just the LED board. To remove the LED board, you're going to want to use something that's very soft-edged, not a Phillips head screwdriver or a standard size screwdriver, because that could gouge the back and cause an arc and actually cause a failure on the LED board. So when you take it off, you want to be careful because you can reuse these boards. Pull it off and pull it out of the entire assembly. Now you want to make sure that none of this adhesive backing is left on the back of this piece. This is a sticky pad, and sometimes something will be left behind it. You can clean it with some isopropyl alcohol, and then you're ready to go for the next step. So on this particular setup, we're going to go from a 1 LED to a 3 LED. You can see that this one is already pre-drilled for a 3 LED, but it will not accept a 6 or a 9. If you have a larger fixture, it'll have an extra set of holes that will fit a 6 and a 9 LED. So start by lining up your socket with your pins, push into the pins, and don't press down until you see that the holes are lined up with the LED board. Now, using the screws that came with the kit or came with the actual fixture itself, put the new reflector on, line up the holes, and make sure the LEDs are through the holes and inside the reflector. Put the two screws in, and this is the part to remember, don't put this down too tight because you can crack the board or the reflector if you put too much force on it. Once these are snugged in, you're pretty much set to go. Now, the last thing you want to check after you cinch these two screws down is to make sure that your board is fully seated across the entire back of the base. If you had an air gap, the actual fixture might shut off if it gets too hot to protect itself. So you want to make sure that all your room right here, there's no gaps. Once you're done with that, you can put the reflector back over the top and the filters, and then finish by putting the reflector and the shroud cover over the top. Now, when doing these in other types of FX fixtures, such as wall washes or wall lights, you may have a little bit of a different reflector option, but even though they differ on the inside, the process is still the same.